Good evening, this is the Oscar Expert here with Brother Bro. We are going to do our first awards roundup. The awards are starting to happen, folks. They're starting to trickle in. We actually have, excitingly enough, Gotham winners that we have not looked at, so we can react to them. Best Feature, Marriage Story. Now, this is not a surprise.
Yeah.
If you tried to predict otherwise, that is unfortunate. Marriage Story was the biggest contender here, and we're happy to see it win.
Yeah, this is great that this is going to win not only this award, but probably the Indie Spirit. It needs to get people to think of it as a winner. You know, we want this for Marriage Story, don't we?
Documentary, American Factory, don't know that, but...
no, I've heard of it.
Apollo 11...
Definitely good things being said about it.
Well, Apollo 11 is like the front runner here, so... Breakthrough Director Award went to The Mustang, Screenplay, Marriage Story, thank you, please win the Oscar now. Actor, Adam Driver, Marriage Story, please win the Oscar.
This is an easy cleanup for Marriage Story. I mean,
It should be.
Adam Driver really going to lose Best Actor to any of these people? No.
An actress is Awkwafina in The Farewell. We know they snubbed Scarlett Johansson. But this makes sense for Awkwafina to win here. Breakthrough actor Taylor Russell in Waves. This is good. This is good. She should be winning Breakthrough Awards, I think.
I think they could have gone with the actress from The Nightingale, though, for this one. I think she would have been worthy.
The Annie nominations happen. We're going to go over the major categories. Best Feature, Frozen 2, How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, Klaus, Netflix Christmas Movie, Missing Link, Toy Story 4, What's Not Here?
Abominable
Is not here. Indie Feature, Buñuel and the Labyrinth of the Turtles. Don't know it. I Lost My Body. Surging Netflix contender just like Klaus right here. On the more artsy side. Oko's in. Promare. Don't know. And Weathering with You makes it in. Other important category here is Director. There's a big ass snub here. See if you can spot it. Frozen 2, I Lost My Body, Klaus, Missing Link, Weathering with You. What is the big snub here, folks? Fucking Toy Story 4.
Oh.
Fucking Toy Story.
I mean, do you care about the director for that movie? Like, was it just well written?
It makes sense to nominate the more artsy films and like Missing Link,
Yeah.
but if you're gonna nominate Frozen 2, then you gotta have Toy Story 4.
The really interesting and important category at the Annies, as we've, discovered, is the director category, because sometimes you can't tell what this means for the Oscars because they separate indie films and studio films. But what used to happen was that if you saw a weirdo nomination for, like, Boy in the World, you can look back to the Annies and, like, 9 times out of 10, it was nominated for director at the Annies. Until they changed the rules, which applied last year and only last year and then again this year, this was like a thing. But now they've changed the rules. We can't expect indie films to get in as much. The fucking Boss Baby got nominated for director last year. Do you remember that?
It did.
It matters. It matters.
It does matter.
That the Boss Baby was nominated.
Okay, let's go over what got most nominations here. Klaus got 7 nominations.
Very good.
Huge contender now.
I mean, and also
Huge
Klaus,
contender.
I didn't even know anything about this movie, but people are like, oh my god, instant classic, instant Christmas classic, I'm crying, I'm just crying my eyes out. IMDb loves this. I think this is getting nominated for the Oscar. I mean, this is like one of the most popular animated films of the year, Cole.
Missing Link got 8 nominations, which tied Frozen 2 for the
really
most.
Good.
That's insane. Missing Link is not suffering due to
it didn't just
being
disappear.
underseen.
Yeah.
I Lost My Body got 6. Weathering with You got 4. And it got 4 majors, including director. Toy Story 4 got 6. That's obviously in no matter what. And How to Train Your Dragon 3 got 6 nominations. So everything did like really well here. Except for Abominable. Except for Abominable. So I'm thinking, goodbye Abominable. Oh. Hello, like Klaus and I Lost My Body and Weathering with You and Missing Link.
How to Train Your Dragon is very easy to snub to me, and they didn't nominate it for director here.
Yeah, but
so
they did nominate
they
it
could easily
for...
just be like, eh.
But it got 6 nominations.
They snub weird shit. I mean, they snubbed Finding Dory. I would say Klaus and I Lost My Body make my top 5 now.
The Atlanta Film Critics Circle, Parasite won Picture, Director, and Screenplay and Foreign Film. You're going to see so many critics circles giving it to Parasite, and it may just lead up to a critic's choice where the Parasite wins. Although The Irishman is like highly acclaimed, Parasite still might take these critics awards.
Top 10 films. Parasite, Irishman, Marriage Story. Probably the 3 most acclaimed films of the year, with the exception of Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Which is not here, which is dumb.
Which people just aren't seeing.
They're not including it in the awards chat.
They kind of like The Irishman more than Marriage Story. It makes me not have as much faith in Marriage Story for a win.
Yeah, I think if you're going to head-to-head Marriage Story and The Irishman's going to beat it out. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, really high with number 4. That movie is not dying. 1917, Little Women. This top 6 is like getting into Best Picture. Uncut Gems, Knives Out. Pain and Glory, Apollo 11, Knives Out. Wow, doing really well.
And wait, what's not here? Joker, Two Popes, Jojo Rabbit. I mean,
Ford v Ferrari.
Oh, Ford v Ferrari.
But, you know, those aren't really as much critics movies.
No.
And this is the critics. Adam Driver won lead actor, which isn't that surprising considering these critics groups are going to like Marriage Story much more than Joker. You can expect Driver to win most of these awards, but watch out for Joaquin winning, like, the popular award, like the SAG. Renee Zellweger, Judy. Is she going to go all the way and just fucking sweep? Who knows?
She's going all the way and sweeping. I mean, what the hell else is going to happen?
Supporting actor Brad Pitt. Will the tables turn and is Al Pacino going to, like, bite him in the ass? Or is Brad Pitt going to go all the way? I think Al Pacino's going to give him a tough time.
The hype behind Brad Pitt's, like, crazy high, and he's won an Oscar. Here we're seeing Laura Dern win supporting actress. I was starting to think, like, oh, she's kind of like that early Laurie Metcalf performance where she doesn't, you know, end up with
this is early
Oscar. But I'm starting to think maybe she has it, because not because this says that she has it, but because, like, she's only really being challenged by Margot Robbie and Bombshell, I would say. And we don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, we haven't seen her yet. The Irishman got Ensemble. I think we're going to see this repeat at the SAGs. Not win. Not, for, you know, to get not...
What's going to win?
Hopefully Marriage Story will win. I mean, that
the
is
Irishman might win at the SAGs.
Buddy.
Because people just say, oh, there's Pacino, there's De Niro.
But the SAGs like diversity. And I know Marriage Story's all white, but at least they have some women in there. I'm not dissing The Irishman. It's fine as it is. Anna Paquin had plenty of dialogue. Cinematography and score went to 1917. This is going to repeat at the Oscars. That's just that. Apollo 11 documentary, Toy Story 4, animated. I told you these were the front runners. I told you Olivia Wilde's winning all the Breakthrough Director Awards, and Kelvin Harrison Jr. gets Breakthrough Performer.
Between Loose and Waves, he deserves it more than anybody else this year.
I agree. The Hollywood Film Critics Association, formerly known as the LA Film Critics, gave their nominations. Too many to go over, but let's go over, like, major stumps and surprises. Joker did, like, really well here, and it makes me really think that Joker is going to get into Best Picture. And it got a lot of technical nominations, including costumes.
I see Booksmart, Waves, those are the really odd ones.
And not Ford v Ferrari. People are kind of skeptical about that movie, and not seeing it get in here, I don't know, but...
Hacksaw Ridge, Bohemian Rhapsody, I mean, what the hell else do you want? Like, nobody was nominated Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's true. Waves did very well here. It got cinematography, score, picture. I love to see some Waves nominations, but I don't expect it to go all the way. They snubbed Pacino in supporting actor, and they nominated Joe Pesci anyway, which is nuts, because... You know, Pacino is obviously, like, the standout in that movie. So it just really shows that Joe Pesci
it, like, depends who you ask. Like, I don't know. I watched it again this Thanksgiving. You know, I didn't see Joe Pesci as being a standout at all. But yet people are like, oh, it's so different from his crazy, like, firecracker performance. And it just depends who you ask. Some people think Joe Pesci's, like, the standout. And this is just evidence to me. They're both getting nominated for the Oscar.
Shia LaBeouf got one for Honey Boy, which is very nice to see. I'm not sure if he'll go very far.
So is Sterling K. Brown.
They snubbed De Niro in Best Actor, which was insane.
Yeah.
Best Actor is also interesting because they nominated Eddie Murphy and Taron Egerton. They nominated the fun performances. And I can honestly see them being some tough competition. And maybe even at the SAGs. They nominated this many popes. They didn't nominate any of the popes.
No. The popes might be, like, out. I don't know if we're being like
I
don't know if people are like way too hyping up the popes. Banderas is also not here. I have to say that.
That is true.
And, you know, does this mean that Egerton and Murphy are like serious contenders? They could replace Price in actor.
Yeah.
And Banderas to me is not as in there as other people think.
They nominated Lupita Nyong'o and Us. If we're going by Toni Collette and Hereditary, like, it's not gonna happen. If she couldn't get it, I don't know how Lupita does, but we'll see.
No Arrivo and no Woodard.
Supporting actress Taylor Russell got one for Waves. Waves did super well here. Margot Robbie was nominated for Hollywood and not Bombshell, which concerned me, because now I'm thinking with my Globe predictions and everything, I'm like, are we going to start seeing them, like, make this shift to Bombshell, or did they not get the memo?
We also have to acknowledge, Cole, like, The Farewell is doing well.
These are the critics, and I wouldn't expect...
Yeah, I understand that, but
Aquafina's snub at the Indie Spirits, Justin, that was not...
No, you know, I agree. The Farewell is doing as you'd expect right now. I won't say it's doing well until it gets like a Critics' Choice nomination or something.
You have the director categories divided into male and female, and in this male director category, you had Waititi get in, and Sam Mendes is left out. What happened there? What happened there? No idea what happened there. Waititi's strong, folks. Don't underestimate.
All these director nominees are very strong.
Now, in the female director category, you know, it's mostly like what you'd expect. Where is Celine Sciamma? What are you doing? Why wouldn't you nominate Celine Sciamma? You're nominating Alma Harrell.
They must not have seen it.
They did see it. They nominated it for foreign film. Why are people not considering Portrait of a Lady on Fire like an Oscar movie? They're just like, oh, that movie's just like, you know, it's good, but we're not going to vote for it. What's wrong with you? Nominate it for director. It was like insanely well directed. And for the Ensemble Award, Knives Out, Endgame, Waves, Hollywood, and The Irishman. Where the hell is Marriage Story? Where?
Oh, that is sad. I didn't even realize
It's disgusting.
that. Oh, come on.
It is disgusting.
The only one I'd knock here is Avengers. Like, I just don't need that to get an ensemble nomination. I'm so sorry. I do not need that in my life. Waves, fantastic. Knives Out, sure. I mean,
No
God.
Bombshell, no Little Women.
Jojo Rabbit's not here, and I'm still trying to call that for a SAG nomination.
It could get that still. Knives Out, Screenplay, that looks good for it.
Cinematography is, like, pretty predictable.
You know, I hope Waves gets cinematography. Joker got, like, costume cinematography.
Now, did The Irishman do well in costumes or in these categories people think it's going to do well in? It didn't get cinematography. It didn't get costumes.
No, people don't know what they're talking. People think that The
Yeah.
Irishman's going to get a lot of unnecessary nominations, like costumes and cinematography. I don't know about that. For some reason, they didn't have production design, so we just can't see. Ford v Ferrari's only nomination was editing. We'll see if, like, the more mainstream bodies like Ford v Ferrari better. That's what I'm predicting right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. More awards to come. More of these to come. Does any of these change your predictions?